What's good? You rocking with your boy TheCzarr, all rights reserved in transit to the spot to deliver about 2 to 3 more videos. Today's gonna be commenter videos with a mixture. I might do one other video depending on when I look over the information, if I feel like today is relevant and whether I want to do that today. But first, we're going to get into Heavenly Zone's question. Commenter's name is Heavenly Zone. Shout to Heavenly Zone, their first commenter video. Now, what they asked me was to listen to the song that's called Skin. I don't know if the album called Skins as well as the song, but when I looked at the song, it was called Skin. And what it literally was talking about, in my opinion, you want to know my thoughts. First off, at the top, hit that Cash App, $, capital THE, capital CZARR. You know how I rock. Hit the PayPal. GoFundMe is in the description, as well as all the other details. So let's get into it. Now, my impression of the song, and I listened to it once and partially through it the second time. I had some stuff going on, but my immediate thought was confirmed through the ending of the song that he said he's basically a heart hitman. My thoughts on the song was that it literally was a murder-suicide type deal. If you listen to him talking about grabbing the pump and leaving her a stump, not verbatim, but that's some of the lyrics. From what I understand, he said he's talking about her heart. And in this murder-suicide attempt, it basically seems like he's hurt, and so he's making her feel the pain he's felt. Now, I do not think this describes anything about the current instance we've seen happen to him, but I do feel like it does describe his literal feelings in reaction to how she's treating him. And my thing is, we've seen him go through it with many different girlfriends. So this could have been any one of them that he felt this way about, if not all of them. And we all feel this way in a sense. Like, because someone made us feel pain, we want to make them feel pain back. And because of that, we close down walls. We close down our heart to be handed out to someone because they can't handle it right, in our opinion, when they ruin it. And it just creates a different type of person. So it could have been a declaration of his future from present feelings and thoughts about women. Not only women, how he's going to treat women from now on. And I think it really gets in depth about how he's done giving leeway to a woman having access to his heart. And from now on, if she makes him feel pain, he's ready to make her feel the same exact pain, if not worse. I also feel the murder-suicide theme behind it is very synonymous with the type of person we've got from him in his last days. Like, that's presuming he's gone and no longer with us. I feel like he made up in his mind that now that women are going to treat me this way, I'm going to treat them a certain way. And I wanted to tell a lot of younger guys as well as older women, you can't do that with your heart. If there's an opportunity, you have to take it as a serious, because we don't know how long we're going to live to take these opportunities up. And I say that because he was young, and look at the situation he ended up in. At the same time, I'm not saying I don't get it. I fully get it. You're tired of people playing with your heart, her playing with your heart, so you're ready to just end everything to do with you being an open heart person. Now, what's sad about this is that literally we know he had issues. We know he had troubles. We know that he was not able to basically put everything up in the balance because of how he felt. But at the same time, you can't be willing to let your life go for someone else, because what happens is they show you your level of importance in their life. So you can't take that as true if you don't feel that way, if you're not that type of person. So it all goes back to the theme of him being young and not understanding, look, as long as I have life, I can still push forward and gain these people that I do appreciate my heart, that do show me that loving consideration back. And it has nothing to do with choosing as much as it has to do with the moment. A lot of us live within the moment, you know what I mean? And that's all good and well. And I'm not telling you how to live your life, but even if you're living in the moment, so even if you make that choice, you should still be making moves for the future. And that's the problem with a lot of young people. They act in the moment and don't think about the future. You can't place your value on another person if you don't have value in yourself. That's the issue. That's my only issue I would have in concern to this song. So I do get where it's headed, but still, it's not synonymous with real life on how you're supposed to regulate yourself. Like, every man should have value in yourself. You should know by self who you are, what you want to be, what you're doing, and not place it in a female. And that's the problem with most men. They place too much value in what woman they have and not what they bring to the table. And if you start a relationship that way, it's going to be hard for you to find devices to think otherwise, because you're going to put so much value in a person. And hold up, this person is trying to be like, come on. It's the same women. Like, come on. See, even in the moment, my situation, it's the same women slowing down, trying to ride beside me, but that's not going to make me ride any different. You need to speed up if you want your chance in the lane. You have to take your chance in the lane. You cannot sit here and play with your driving skills when you have a green light and space enough for 2 cars to fit in front of you. Come on. Get better. What are you doing? And, you know, that would be my only thing I have to say. And that's how I feel about the whole situation. Not only the song, that don't place so much value in someone or something that you can't find it in yourself. You should value yourself and know where you're headed. And that's part of my problem with a lot of different things that are in the music nowadays. Even if it's a love song, even if you're singing for a purpose, you should also know your value. If you don't know your value, you're always going to be in a position like that. You're always going to be placing so much importance on one person that you miss people in your life that are important. And that's my only criticism with the song, and the message, I should say, in the song. It was a nice song, sounds good. You know what I mean? His lyrics are a bit crazy, but at the same time, I do get where he's coming from. We've all felt this way, especially men, because we're out here competing for a lot of women's hearts. And when we're put in a situation where, you know, a woman may be mindful to treat someone how she's been treated all this time, it may make us want to close our heart up and literally treat every woman we come in contact with, even if they're, let's say, earnest to giving their heart or showing us love. We have to learn to see that. You have to learn to be a leader and see that in different women, and not wait until she can't find it. Now she's running around doing different things. We all make this mistake, no matter how old or how young. It's all about perspective, and perspective leads everything. And you have to lead her perspective, because she can't read minds and you can't read minds. So as a male, you have to be, and as I learned from different mentors, including the man mindset especially, the ideology is that you need to be transparent. You need to literally be loud about something. You need to speak up about things. It's her who's going to provide the emotion. But you just have to be ready to not only take the brunt of weight from her emotion and the conflict from her emotion, but deliver some level of clarity instead of trying to play the game of clairvoyance. Because none of us have that art. None of us have that power. So it's all about what you show her is what you'll be shown back. So give her respect, and at the same time, learn to dictate and lead things where you want them to be and where you want them to go. See, as men, we're leaders, and a lot of men play the role of being a leader, but you got to make that instinct the role of being a leader. You have to instinctually lead for what you want to see and what you want to have. Sort of the same vibe, and I know this is crazy because this has nothing to do with law or anything we investigate, but think of it as law. They don't let you lead the narrative. They don't let you tell them, oh no, I wasn't doing this, so I'm not going in for this. and they're like, okay, and they walk away. No, they tell you what you're going to do. You have to do the same thing when you're in a relationship or with a woman. You have to tell her what's on your mind. Tell her what needs to be done. Tell her what you require. And that's what a lot of men lack nowadays. They kind of let the woman lead the relationship. Now, I believe in the same ideology as the man mindset theory, where the only place I let a woman truly lead may be the bedroom. And that's the only place. And it ends there. After that, I'm trying to lead things where I need them to be. And I'll take her suggestions, but I won't take them at the extent of letting her make the decisions, because I still got to make the decisions. So I lead where I need the relationship to go. And when a guy's not leading, he does feel betrayed when certain decisions are made on her part. One thing you'll learn about a lot of different women, they don't really make a definitive choice right away. You need to show them what you think should occur, and that will literally give, let's say, air to the situation of you creating a specific viewpoint, perspective, and narrative that leads the relationship. If a man can't be a leader, as we've seen in many situations, a lot of women will go astray. They will think otherwise. They will not assist or conform to any type of mentality, especially not where you're trying to lead the mentality at. Just like I do these YouTubes, I have a lot of people who, you know, think it's a joke, think it's funny, but I'm serious about a lot of different investigations and things I say. And then when they realize I'm serious, they're like, oh, shoot, he's not joking and he's not a joke. No, I'm really putting in the work. So I know the value of myself. Do you know the value of yourself? More to come. You know how I rock. All rights reserved.